Good morning, this is Wayne from Smith Farm Shenanigans. Got another video for you today. This one's a little bit different than what I normally do. Today I'm doing something a little bit more somber. Not as it's not an AI versus me thing today. It's simply, today is my granddaughter's 2-year birthday. Now she's a little different. And I hate to, I'm not trying to get sympathy card or nothing like that. I'm not trying to play that. I just want you to know what I'm doing, because maybe there's someone out there that this may help. Okay, so my granddaughter was born with club feet. They had to amputate both her feet, one at the ankle, one at the knees. So she can't ride normal toys. Now this is a 12-volt system. Now I saw on Facebook and other places, not Facebook, I'm sorry, Amazon and Walmart, they have the ones that has the push button. You push it with your thumb up on the throttle. But those are all 6 volts. So she's already 2. She turned 2 this weekend. So I wanted her to have something she could drive, a couple years down the road. So I'm going to modify this. That's what this video is going to be about. So if anyone's out there wondering, you struggle trying to find something for your family member, your kid who can't use normal pedals on the floor, this video is for you. That's what this is about. We're going to put a low throttle push button throttle up on the handlebars so she can drive this herself. Okay. So stick around. I hope you stick around and watch this video, and maybe I can teach you something, and maybe you can learn how to help somebody you know or somebody in your family, okay? We're gonna get this over on the bench, and then we'll get going. Okay, we got everything out of the box now, and we're going to start putting this thing together. All right, so here we are. This is what I'm talking about, this little box right here. We're going to take that off. Now, I'm going to show you on the other side of it what is under there. It's going to be your wires. I'm going to put these in my pocket because I'll lose them otherwise. It's going to be your wires for the foot pedal. Now, that foot pedal, it is just an off and on type. It doesn't have a potentiometer. In other words, it doesn't, as you press the pedal more, it doesn't get faster. When you press the pedal enough, it engages the switch sends the power to the motor. And that's it. It's just an off and on switch. And so I want to move that to the handlebars for this little baby. And you can see here's your wires. This is the wires for the switch. I don't know if you can hear that. Listen. Just a simple click. That's all it is. So it's off and on. So we'll wire that up. Now, where she can actually ride this thing, hopefully. I'm going to leave that off for now, and when we turn it over, I may just move this whole switch up there on the handlebar. I don't know. I bought another switch in case I can't get that to work like I want it to. But now, we're just going to turn this thing over, okay? But yeah, this is just a switch. Red, obviously, is what? Positive. Yellow is negative. And, black is negative. Yellow is also a power wire. So this is probably your what we call our line. Power comes in to the switch. When you click the switch, power comes out the yellow and out the black and sends it to the motor. That's all it is. All right, I'm gonna pause you, get you set back up when we turn it over. Actually, I got to thinking, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take this switch completely off for now, because we're not gonna use this switch anyway, so why not go ahead and take it off, prepare it, get it ready in case we needed to move this whole switch up there. If we do, that's okay. I will figure it out. I'll get it on there somewhere, somehow, to where it looks halfway decent. And I may not do it today in this video, but later on what I want to do is get a box and put this switch in. And, we'll paint it probably purple to match, and we'll make it look nice and neat. But for today, we just want to get it working, concept, proven and whatnot, so that she can ride it. Because her birthday party is tomorrow, and I want her to be ready. I want her to have fun with this thing. I want her to go wherever she wants to go. Well, that screw must be a half mile long, because it will not come out. That's okay. We won't have to take it out. Now, here's the switch. See, it's just a foot switch. All right, so what I want to do is probably take that switch out of there. Plug these wires here. At least try to. Yeah, so you got your 3 prongs in this switch. So basically, your power coming in here all the time. It's just sitting there waiting. You got your negative. Okay, and this is grounded to your negative side of the battery. This is to the positive side of the battery. And then this wire, this middle one is what you call your power wire, your lead wire. There's so many names people call it, your line. So you got power here waiting. When you press this switch, power then goes from this prong over, jumps to this prong and out to the motor now. This connects to your motor. So when you press this switch, boom, it's out to the motor. Now there's another thing up here where we have a fast and slow selector. That also goes to the motor. But what that does is control how much power the motor puts out. It's as simple as that. So, but this switch here is just an off and on top switch. That's all it is. So I hope that made sense to you. All right, we're gonna get this thing turned over now, and we'll mess with this switch here in a little bit. Now I've got all that out. We don't got to worry about that right now. I can put that cover back on and make that look nice, where she don't have to be a hole here. See, there's a hole here. But we'll fix that. That's okay. Right now we're just trying to get it to where she can actually drive it herself. And if it takes me all day to get it done, then that's okay. We got all day. I know you guys don't want to sit through a video all day, and that's okay. I'll fast forward through most of this anyway. I would ask you one thing. Please don't think I'm doing this to get sympathy views. I'm really not. In fact, I don't want nobody to think I'm nothing. Everybody would do this for their kids and for their grandchildren. I would hope so anyway. I'm not doing this to try to get a sympathy view. I'm doing this for my little grandbaby. That's it. And I got to thinking someone else out there may be trying to figure out some way that their little kid can get mobile. And that's what I want to do this for. When she gets bigger, I'm probably going to get a little small gas-powered one, and I'll do the same. Actually, those come with a throttle. Most four-wheelers come with a throttle already on the handlebar up here. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to mimic that so that later on, when I get her something like that, she'll be able to ride this. She'll know what to do, because the controls are going to be up here anyway. And no four-wheeler has controls down there like this does. And I hate that they do that, but I know it makes it easier for the children. I get it, I guess, but we want to try to get it done for her. I'm just trying to straighten that, make sure everything looks straight. Looks pretty good. Actually not a bad looking little deal right there. I'm going to tighten this up now. It looks pretty straight. So like we did our bicycles back today, we got to tighten this up so it stays in place. Down in the comments, how many of you guys remember working on your bicycles when you were younger? And you used that little wedge. Remember that? You had to adjust your handlebars. You had to slide them up and down to get it to height if you wanted to. How many of y'all remember doing that? I know I sure do. I remember it very well. And I was actually pleasantly surprised to find out that this little four-wheeler had the same type of handlebar system there, and that's actually pretty cool, man. I was actually pleased with that. Now, apparently, Okay, here it is. I started to say they did not give me an Allen wrench for that. I've got one, but I didn't want to have to look all the place for it. That looks pretty straight. I'm just making sure it's good and straight. I don't want her to have to, you know. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I think we'll go with that. And just like we used to do, guys, we're just tightening this bolt up right here on the handlebar to make that wedge pry itself against the tube of that. One more to do it. There we go. Now we got steerage. Good. And it's pretty easy too. That's something else I wanted to do. Make sure. And this year, I don't know. I'm going to put this in low for her now, and we'll teach her reverse and stuff later. Okay. Now, the only thing left to do is put the little rubber guards on in case she falls. We don't want to bust in her mouth. How many guys remember that? How many times you guys, when you were younger, remember wrecking and hitting your teeth right here on this metal bar? Pow! That's where these come in, right? We didn't have those when we grew up. We just toughed it out. We just went with it. Some of the bikes maybe had it on it, but how long did it last? Not very long. We'd have them tore off in no time. What we used to do, go out in the woods and play all day long, not eat no lunch or nothing. Mom and Dad didn't worry about you because they knew everything was fine. They knew you was okay. You was out with your friends in the woods or on some trail or somebody's house and just having a good time, man. In the summertime, you go out, you'd eat breakfast, watch a few minutes of cartoons while you eat breakfast. And then what would you do? Go meet your friends. You'd be out all day, man, and you'd be lucky to get back by dark. A lot of times I didn't get back by dark. I got in trouble. I know you guys remember that, don't you? Well, I tell you, these kids today don't know. That was the good old days, man. That was the good old days. These kids today would just experience a week of that. I promise you, their attitude would change. Man, they would see. We actually had it made, guys. We really did. These kids today, they really don't know, do they? They don't know what we did, how we played, and yeah, we got in fights. Oh yeah, we got in plenty of fights. You get in a fight, and what did we do in 5 minutes after the fight? We was playing with the guy that we just fought with, and he became our best friend. He became our good friend. I don't recognize this world that we live in today, guys. I guess I'm old school, but that's the way I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got off on a rant there. I just got thinking about all that. You know, these kids today, where in the world? I don't know where that goes. Oh, just right. Yeah, I know where that goes. What I'm talking about. This goes right here, which ain't a big deal. It ain't gonna do much no way, to be quite honest. I don't know if I can get it around there, to be quite honest. Yeah, we'd end up 10, 15 miles from our house, and our mom and dad never did know it. And they never even worried about us because they knew that we were with our friends somewhere playing. Now, had they known we was that far away, yeah, they probably wouldn't like that too much, but you know what? We didn't tell, they didn't ask, and everything was good. It was a different time back then. Okay, that looks like we're good there. Connecting to the battery, we can do all that. I think we're done with assembly. Yep, we're done. All right, so now comes the part that I really want to show you guys. I'll fast forward through all this. I may slow down on a couple parts of it just so you can, you can kind of see it. Not that I don't know why you want to. I just babble a lot of times, ramble and babble on. I like to talk to people. So this little thing here, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I like this thing. It's made by Yamaha, the people who actually made the Raptor, and it even says Raptor on the front of it. So I know you guys when you were younger, you remember these Raptors, man. They were something else. Now we don't have a lot of battery power. Actually, it says it's charged. Well, I'm actually shocked it's charged already. The battery must have been already charged when we got it. And that's okay though. That's a good thing. Now, I'll put this in here. Yeah, it's got plenty of room for a battery. I mean, for a bigger battery. Now, let's see here. Now, here's where some testing comes in. Now, I want you guys, I'm going to try to focus you down where I'm looking at here. Okay. So what we got to do is we got to figure these 3 wires out here. We know we got a ground, and we got these other 2 are power wires. So we're going to have to figure out the switch. Now I want to put the switch up here, so let me go get that switch, see if I can get it out. I have a switch that I can use, but it's not don't have the 3 prongs on it, and so I'd rather use this one if I can. So I think it goes through that way. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll take that out. So all I'm doing is disassembling this foot pedal here. That's all I'm doing, so that I can get this little switch out. I may be able to use this switch. I'd rather use this switch because it's obviously made for this purpose. Another thing about this little four-wheeler, it actually holds 130 pounds. That's a pretty good sized kid, man. I was really shocked by that. Most of these are 40 pounds, you know. This thing was a 130 pound weight limit. So I was pretty impressed. Like I said, as you can tell, I've looked everywhere for one. I wanted one that was just right. Those little 6-volt ones, man, I don't know about. Anyway, here's the switch. I got the switch out. So when you push the switch, I'm going to probably put it right here. And I'm going to probably put her a little lever. She can just press with her little thumb. That's what I want to do. All right, so let's see what we got here. If we put this thing back on, the wires back on there, we'll have to run them up, obviously. I'll have to extend these wires, and that is okay. We can do that. Let's have to make sure I got the appropriate wire gauge. Now, when you're doing jobs like this, if you're going to extend something, make sure that your wire that you use here is at least equal to or better than the gauge that's already on it. If you use a smaller gauge, what's going to happen? That wire is going to burn in two on you and cause a fire. So it's a dangerous situation, so don't do that. There we go. So good. Now, we just got to route this up. I got to extend the wires. And what I'll do is I'll cut those off, solder in new wires, and I will I'm going to disconnect the battery, and we will solder new wires in so that she can press it up there. Now, I'm going to have to figure, I'm going to build a box for it later, but right here is where I want it, so she can hang on and just press the button with her little thumb. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to get a box probably to mount on it sooner or later. Right now, I'll probably put it on there. I may use the screws or something, or a clamp, and I'll crossways on the clamps, just so she can put it in. I got to put it something her little thumbs can push, because you remember she's little, she ain't got a lot of force. So that's one thing about this switch. It takes a little bit of pressure, not a lot, but remember it's meant to be a foot switch, not a thumb switch. So I'm going to have to mitigate that somehow. So I'm going to pause you, get everything ready, and I'll be right back. So this is a switch I got. I'll show that to you there, and it's really simple to push. Only one problem. It only has two two prongs here for power. So we're going to test this thing and see what we can do with it. Now, if we put a negative on one side, we're just going to kind of hold it on there. We put a negative on one side, and let's say the yellow, and push the button, what happens? Well, if I can ever get some of this insulation put back a little bit here. I connect the battery back up. Okay, so we'll do yellow and black. Get this thing. This rubber cover is really giving me a fit. So it took off there, so I think I'm going to try to use this switch right here. It's really soft and easy to push. She can push that pretty easy. I may just put it right there, but see, that's going to put it in the way of her steering. I need to really put it over here. Yep, take the handle off. So I was thinking about putting it here, but if I do that, I don't give her much room here for her little hands. So I'm going to have to put it on the inside of this grip on the handlebar. And that's okay. We'll get it figured out. All right, so we know that yellow and red kicks it into gear. Now my question is, I'm going to have to get these back wheels off the ground so I can test something. What I'm trying to see is, so this thing has a switch here, reverse, low, and fast. Slow and fast. So we've got to make sure that the switch that we put in still operates after we switch the gears and stuff. So I'm going to get these back wheels off the ground and we're going to test that right now. Let's see here. So we're going to put it back here in this gear, whatever that is, I can't tell. That's reverse. That's reverse. So let's see if it actually goes in reverse when I touch these two together. Yes, it's going reverse. That's what I was hoping. Now that's low, so now it should go forward but low gear. Now if we go all the way up, that should be a little faster. So that's perfect. So all we need really is these two right here. And we can actually, this here, this black is a ground. So we'll still ground it. We'll probably ground it to the frame or something, but all we need for our switch is these two wires right here. That's your off and on. That's it, yellow and red. I thought it was going to be black and yellow or something, but that's okay. Yellow and red. And so it's still, all the gears still work. So we're good. Now, before we do that, we're going to do one more thing here. I want to see how plugging this switch in affects the battery monitor up here, so it doesn't affect it. So only time you see the battery monitor come on is when you actually push the switch. It works the same way. So my switch is going to work perfectly. That's great. That's what we needed to know. Okay, so we're moving this switch using a small push top switch. It's real easy on the thumb, and we're only using the red and yellow, and we I actually didn't touch them together there. We will ground the black to the frame somewhere, and that's okay, because that black is just a ground. We really could just cut it, fold it back somewhere, and it'd be fine, because all the gears work perfectly still. So, all right, so I'm going to disconnect the battery, and we're going to get going. We've got this thing running for and hopefully she'll get to ride it today. I know her birthday party's tomorrow, but I want her to have it today because I don't know if it's going to rain tomorrow or not, and I want her to be able to enjoy it. Now comes the part about mounting it. So we got to be careful. There's not a lot of meat under this switch. So your terminals go right here, and see how low that is. So we can't have these grounding out against the frame, right? Because it may cause it to start running. Even though we're not going, especially if we ground the black wire to the frame, then if the red wire touches this metal thing, it's going to take off. Or if the yellow wire touches this metal frame, it's going to take off. So we'll fix that. I may get some kind of plastic sheathing and put it on there, just so it makes sure that doesn't touch. And then we'll run these cables in this way, right? And we'll make sure, I'll probably cut this out a little bit here just to make sure that those cables do not get pinched anywhere. And we'll put some extra protection on there for that very reason. So now, we gotta get this switch going. Running the wires up here, I can extend these wires, that is not a problem. We'll run them right up by the frame here and up through and out here and up here. It'll look just fine. So now, what's next? Okay, so what I did, first of all, I took this switch to come off the pedal, if you remember that. I took that switch right there, and what I did is I took my meter over here and I just put it to where I can, if you watch my other videos, you see how I can use it. You just put it down here to the ohms and the sound. So what that just simply means is there's connection. So I ran that test and I pushed the button like that, and I ran the test, and I figured out that the yellow and the red are the two that contact. So I come down here to the little four-wheeler, and there's where the pedal was. I made a little plate there. I unhooked that, and see those wires right back, and this is gonna get you in there. See these wires? See these wires right here? I run them up the frame. So they come out right here. I put a little hole there, and I'm running the best I could. Come up and wrap the handlebar. So when she turns it, see, she's got plenty of room. It doesn't mess with anything. Then I come right up here to the switch. Remember that switch I showed you? I drilled a hole straight down through the little metal frame. I put a rubber connector under here real thick. And then I taped it so that there's no possible chance it can connect the handlebar. Let me get you around here. And there's the push button. And that's all it is. And then when you push the button, watch. See there, it takes off.
Right on low.
You got it, baby. Come on. Okay, look, now you want to steer it. There you go.